Did you know one motor neuron can control multiple muscle fibers within your muscles? Isn't that quite cool? Hi, I'm here to inform you how a muscle contracts or how it works in your body. I hope this speech helps you understand how the body works better within your muscles. I will be going over how the muscle layers, your nerve pathway up to the muscle, and how the muscle contraction works. Now we'll be going over the layers of the muscles. So each muscle has multiple layers, and your overall muscle is surrounded by a layer or a tissue called the epimycinium, which is then reduced or goes into something smaller called the fascia, which is another layer of your muscle, which is also surrounded by the perimycinium, which is reduced or inside muscle fiber, and which is also, and each muscle fiber is surrounded by the endomycinium. And each muscle fiber has multiple myofibrils in them, which each muscle myofibrils have smaller myofilaments in them, which is quite confusing, I know, but there's just multiple layers within each muscle fiber, so it's hard to get used to. But now we'll be moving on to the nerve pathway. So there are multiple different muscle contractions. There's a voluntary and involuntary muscle contraction. We'll be going over the voluntary for now, but the voluntary is controlled by your central nervous system, which gets a signal from your head to move all the way down to the specific muscle you need to control, which is triggered by an action potential. Your action potential travels down through the axon of the neuron till it reaches the sarcoplasmic of the muscle that you're trying to control, which then releases calcium to bind to the troponin. Now we'll move on to muscle contraction. And here I have a diagram to help us understand how this works a little bit better. It might be hard to see, but I'll do my best to try to explain it. So once the calcium binds to the troponin, it initiates or tells the muscle it's time to contract, which then the myosin head, which are these right here, they're kind of hard to see, binds to the actin, which is this long thing right here, forming a cross bridge. And this cross bridge is just another word of saying that the myosin head has binded to the actin. Which the next step is the power stroke. So the myosin head then moves the actin closer, shortening your muscle, contracting it, till it reaches a certain point where the myosin head cannot bend any further, which releases your ADP and phosphate group, which powers the myosin head to move. Once the ADP has been released, an ATP has come in to replace it to detach the myosin head from the actin, which is this. It just releases it and it stays off the actin. So then after that has happened, the ATP has to split into ADP and another phosphate group, so the myosin head can straighten back out and repeat the process that just happened. And this happens each time after each myosin head has moved. So what I really want you guys to get away from this is that a muscle contraction cannot happen without ATP or calcium to initiate the tropin. So I hope this helps you understand how the muscle works and how this can help you tell others how muscle contractions and muscle types can work. My sources are Flexbook and OpenText.